Reading has helped change the perspective of many people globally. It has helped people overcome depression, boredom, writer's block, stress, and even Alzheimer's disease. It's a proven fact that reading expands your creativity to limitless depths and heights. Hi, I'm Prachi Mishra, and today I'm going to tell you a story of a girl who never really liked books or even read them, yet how one book changed her whole life. My story begins with a 9-year-old girl. You see, she loved listening to the stories her parents and grandparents always told her, ever since she was young, in fact. But she never really liked reading books. Sometimes she read some books that had many pictures and very few words. But she never chose a book that had no pictures or images or was over 150 pages. I think personally that it was because she was afraid to try something new. Then, in early fourth grade, a close friend of hers started with the Harry Potter series and began to bore her with the references. Honestly, the girl could not understand how she could talk and envision so much through words alone in such a thick book. At the time, she would always imagine it was stupid to invest in such a book. She would ask herself, how can someone read something that he or she couldn't visually relate to? Then, her friend suggested her to read the book with an open mind. She told her to give it a try and maybe she would understand. So, the next week, the girl bought Harry Potter and the Philosopher Stone from a nearby bookstore. The next day, when she was at school, she started reading the book. She admitted to herself that it was getting tedious at the beginning. But after a while, she started getting more and more interested and involved in the plot of the story. Soon, she finished the first book within a week. Then, she started reading the book, second book of the series. Within a few months, she finished the whole 7-volume series. A few days later, she went to a library and saw many classical novels sitting on a rack. She went to the shelf and picked Jane Eyre. That was her first classical novel. Honestly, she loved it so much that she gave the other classical books a try. Every week, she would pick a book like Sherlock Holmes, Dracula, David Copperfield, Sense and Sensibility, Three Musketeers, Little Women, and so much more. She would also read books on astronomy, history, oceans, science, maths, etc. She further picked up the Percy Jackson series. Today, that girl is sitting in front of you and telling the story of how reading that one book changed her whole life. Reading helps a person deal with boredom and loneliness. It boosts your creativity in a way you would have never thought possible. Reading one book can improve one's grammar. It is a friend that will never leave your side. It will always be a guide in your crazy mind. Trust me, I have felt it. Ever since I've started reading, I've noticed some changes in me. Every day, I look at my surroundings in a completely different way. I come up with new creative ideas that help me solve a problem. I can use a wide range of words and phrases. It has helped me in brightening my dull imagination and rekindling my creativity. I love reading. I read whenever and wherever I get the opportunity. I read while traveling in the car or during lunch breaks. Sometimes I read instead of sleeping because I don't have the patience to wait and see how the book ended. I always carry a book with me wherever I go, whether it's to a restaurant or my home. I'm a total bookworm now and can't imagine my life without books. Today, I read many things like newspapers, ebooks, articles, comics, classics, series, etc. Honestly, ever since I've dived into the sea of books with a leap, I've been so engrossed in the stories that I forgot to come up. Studies show that reading helps to improve your focus and concentration. It also improves your writing skills. Reading broadens our imagination by stimulating the right side of the brain. It opens our minds to the new possibilities, encouraging us to experience and analyze the world through other views. Reading a good novel lets your imagination take flight and lets one forget their everyday worries. If you don't like reading, then maybe you haven't found the right book for yourself yet. Here's my advice. Like the 9-year-old girl who hesitantly picked up the book to read, pick a book you would like to to read and read it till the end. Who knows? Maybe it will change your life too. I sincerely thank J.K. Rowling for writing the Harry Potter series. It changed my perspective inside out. I also thank Charlotte Bronte, Charles Dickens, Jane Austen, Manoj Das, Lewis Carroll, and many more authors for writing such incredible books. But most of all, I'm forever grateful to my precious friend for pushing me to read the book, and my dad and mom for supporting me through it. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you find a book that you like too.